Wine was done locking the door. Twisting the keys, she pulled it out, keeping it in a bag, while Taehyung stood there wearing that big hoodie covering his head and a mask to make him look unrecognizable. She turned back and, taking a few steps ahead, held his hand in her. I was smiling, looking down as we walked towards the car. He did held my hand back. I stole a glance, and I could only have the view of his beautifully pierced grey orbs in his eyes. Taking a deep breath, I shrugged my thoughts away and pressed the car keys. She stood there perplexed and blinked her eyes while tilting her head. Sighing, she got in too and drove the car away. Car stopped in front of the store as she analyzed the surroundings meticulously. Unbuckling the seat belt, she turned left, looking at him. The door opened and she stood there, turning back to look at his actions. He bit his lower lip under his mask and got out of the car, and she was quick enough to engulf her hand in his arm. After a while, she was done, and she looked at the fruits on the other side. Taehyung, we should get strawberries, right? You like them. He gave a slow nod in reply. Low chuckle under the mask. Excuse me, give us some pineapples too, he uttered in his usual cold and loud voice. What is this man exactly doing? I tried to control my smile, but shook my head, giving up. Miss, we don't accept card here. Oh, yes. Wait, I'll get the cash. From where you got the cash? She gave him a glance while driving and replied, Oh, I forgot to tell you, that day I found some cash in your closet. I was not supposed to use the cash. No, I mean, there's nothing like my money, it's all yours now. Her eyes stopped blinking for a moment as she was trying to find the hidden message his words were trying to depict. Was he announcing that they're actually one now, or what? Looking at him, she sighed, but decided to ask. There's this departmental store ahead. Let's get something from there, okay? Yeah, whatever. Reaching the CVS, she locked the car and, holding his hand, went inside. It remained unnoticed by them, but their hands were able to find each other with so much ease now. They entered the CVS as she guided him well all the time. Is there anything specific that you want? No, I don't think so. What about strawberry milk? I tilted my head, trying to stop the ticklish feeling that her whisper gave me. What? You totally look like a dumbfounded idiot. What did you? Standing there, he kept his hand in the pocket of his hoodie and patiently waited for her until he felt a slight pull on his sleeve. Who is it? Ajashe, I'm 6 years old, Songjae. Listening to the little kid, uneasiness started taking over him, as he hated the fact that he couldn't tell where that particular candy was. He hesitantly turned back and brought his hand up, and just then a soft hand got placed over his and guided his hand, making him grasp that strawberry candy. His eyes slightly widened. Komawa Ajashe embraced his leg after taking the candy from his hand. Aiko, what a cute boy you are, smiling, showing his small pearly teeth. Mama, it's so tasty. Taehyung, you made him so happy that he's smiling and dancing now. Waving them a cute goodbye, he ran towards his parents. Looking at him one last time, Wine turned to face him. Well, should we head back? Ajashe? All this just because we called you Nona? Poking his inner cheek from his tongue, he scoffed and swiftly grabbed a piece of her clothing from her belly and gently started pulling her towards him. She looked down at his hand with her wide eyes, but the moment she looked up, poor soul couldn't get more startled. A timid sigh left my mouth as I wish I never looked up, but I kind of feel thankful that I looked up. My orbs made a chaotic moment because I couldn't stop but stare at his grey orbs for the nth. You might be curious of what this Ajashi can do then. Do you want me to show you? What is this way of yours? Take your hand back. Scoffing, he left her and stood straight, while Wyans grasped her neck and tried to get a hold on herself. I got your strawberry milk. Let's go to the billing. After a while, they got the billing done, and the lady was keeping their stuff in a paper bag while they waited. Oh, it's so windy out there. See all the dust in the air? Seems like it's going to rain. I raised my brows and gave a look outside. We should get back home as soon as possible. What? The bag you must be carrying right now. You want to hold that for me? Why would I? It's just I got my stuff in there too, so give me. Couldn't you be just a little nice, maybe? It's really dark suddenly. Is it? She turned her head left, looking at him. It must be even darker for him, always. Her expression saddened in no time. Now her hand, which was grasping his hoodie, went down and held his hand as gentle and softly as ever. That same hand in this darkness that made me feel a little less lost. We shall go. He nodded, and both were about to take a step ahead until a strong breeze came out of nowhere, bringing all the dust within it. She was quick enough, and with a half twirl she brought her both hands up, covering his eyes with them, and closing hers too. I could care about just that. My lips curved into a small smile. I wonder if it even mattered, if something pierced my eyes. But I guess it really mattered for this one person in front. As the breeze settled down for a bit, Wine quickly grabbed his hand and ran to the car, still being careful in the process to not make him fall. Come on, get inside, we gotta. Weather's pretty bad, and I can only see it turning worse. Looking at him, still all covered in musk and his hoodie, she smiled and started to drive. She drove carefully but was eager to get back quick. It took them a while. Okay, great. Suddenly it's pouring. She dropped her head back and turned to give him a look. No, you don't need this. It's raining outside? Well, yes. She noticed the vague uneasiness he felt. Her expression stiffened. She knew it's related to his aquaphobia. She thought of what she can do to get him out of here. Then she placed her hand on his. Taehyung, will you wait for me? I'll get the umbrella quickly. Why, you'll go out and I'll just come with you. Yeah, you still got bandage wrapped around you. Let me go, okay? Okay, I'm gonna be really. I felt the warmth on my hand disappearing and could hear the car door opened and closed in no time. It was eerie filled silence for me. Only the raindrops falling on the car could be heard. I felt myself slightly sweating. I scoffed. Still that fear resides within. He clenched his fist, digging his nails hard. Clearing out all his hesitation, he tried his best to calm himself down, and with no extra thoughts opened the door, his mind making his steps and body halt while he was fighting it with all the strength he got. That was it, stepping outside as those large raindrops started landing. He could feel how cold it was getting, still he didn't want to stop. But it was never this easy. He could feel himself gasping for air. The downpour didn't let him breathe, and there he stopped, once again, trembling, gasping for air, already in the dark, and it get darker for him. With the umbrella in my hand, I ran outside. Wished I never left. My eyes widened, and my heart had stopped with a thud. I could see him standing, or should I phrase it as trembling. Her eyes searched for his. Her breath caught as she moved closer. No warning, she kissed him, sweet and sudden, like a beginning of a storm. Her closed eyes while a tear slipped down to her jawline. As for him, his sobs stuck in his throat, his grey orbs staring at nowhere, his breath dead-hitched, unsure if this was real. Just a soft press over his lips. I could feel his breath catching against my lips, the tremble in his jaw that slowly came to ease. The warmth I felt on my cheeks was so instant, but feeling his soft lips which trembled. She didn't back off, her soft kiss, barely a brush, like a secret passed between them. She felt his lip parting. She offered the same in return and caught his bottom lip between hers in the gentleness of bulls. It wasn't rushed, just a quiet aching sort of sweetness, delicate and tender as if she was afraid to break the spell that hung between them. She waited for the right time, for the time when she'll feel right to back off. Words could never. Their forehead rested together, their breaths tangled in the hush. Each breath she took seemed to come from him, and his from her. Back to life, but found myself in heaven. I think that's how one can describe it. Everything dropped away, no more chaos, just her. I could feel that softest touch on my lips. Her lips must be the softest thing in the universe. What kind of spell was it? Seems like something is putting me in a deep sleep, heavenly sleep. I couldn't see her, but that was the first time when I felt I didn't need to. She kept droning in his grey eyes, hesitant to utter any word. Minutes passed. She started backing off, slowly detaching her forehead from his. This action did left an impact on him. "I'm here." She smiled a little as she noticed the easiness in him. She was getting up as he felt her hand sliding away from his. He was quick enough to grasp her hand. My eyes slowly widened as I felt myself falling on my knees again. But then what happened was something I didn't expect. His back detached from the wall as he came forward. His arms circled my waist. His touch settled low on my waist, warm and steady. Looking down with my thumping heart, a stuttering low sigh left my mouth as he turned his head and his cheek rested on my chest. I melted by the way he was. "I'll not push you away ever. Don't leave me, not you, never."